Let me just jump in this airplane here and get it set up while we talk. Sitting here in Atlanta, and we are gonna go Atlanta, Memphis. I love this airport, beautiful airport by Butnaru, and it's kind of frame heavy, but you know it's modeled good and it's just filled with airplanes, as you could tell. And we are gonna be on VATSIM tonight. And VATSIM has controllers on for Atlanta Center until Houston, and they approach into Memphis. So it's a short flight, 1 hour, but we are going to take it. And here we are. We are sitting here in the IXEG. It's the old girl. I haven't flown her in a while, so I figured let's just jump into it, jump into the cockpit, get started. And I love this airplane, so yeah. And we are in Southwest, as you guys could tell. So, while we talk, let me just go ahead and power up. No test, just battery can come on, emergency lights can come on. And let's do the ground power. Ground power unit can come on, that's good. And here it is available. Let's do that. That will fire up the airplane. And since it's fired up, turn on the battery for position. Turn on the no smoking signs already on, and we can start warming up these windows here for now. And those sounds still sounding good, so yeah, we're good to go. And that's all. Let's just get the APU going. I think it's really hot in Atlanta. I'll check the temperature here in a second. Hey, what's up, Alberto? Del Gandia, welcome aboard, man. I am good today. Thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. Yeah, 23C outside. That's not bad. And we can even open up these windows. Listen to the APU fire up. And close it once the APU is good to go. Let me just init ref this thing, and actually, there's the APU. It's firing up. I could hear it. Take this to nav. On bat align and nav. Good to go. All right, that is coming on. And let me just punch in my location in the FMC. Pause in it. And we are in KATL. I did update the AIRAC to the latest, so we're good to go there. Let's go to page 2, copy that. And that's it. We'll punch in our route here in a sec, but that is the aligning, I think. How you guys doing? I hope all you guys are okay. As I was saying earlier, I had a good weekend. Very good weekend from many aspects, so can't complain the way it went. And a little surprise at the end for me when I boarded that JetBlue Airbus to come back to Florida from LaGuardia. I did live stream the LaGuardia takeoff, however, because I lost communication in the air, it didn't upload the HD version of it, so it came out kind of crappy when I look back on it. But it gave you a kind of idea what the taxi was. And it turns out that JetBlue uses a different terminal in LaGuardia than I've ever been used to. They use the Marine terminal, which is all the way over at a different side of the airport, which gave it a short taxi to take off at runway 13. So they took off to the east, and then they made a left and went south. Now, normally if the weather was good, you'd be able to see downtown Manhattan, but as soon as we got above the clouds, it was over. We didn't see anything until we landed in Florida. And that's when I got that approach that I put up on YouTube. So, it was good flight. Not a bumpy flight at all. And it worked out nice. I'm going to talk about how I got that picture here in a sec. Let me just load up this flight plan here. As a matter of fact, we're on VATSIM. We are connected. Let me just get the Atlanta ATIS and Atlanta clearance to clear us, and then we'll talk about how I get that picture that I posted on Facebook, on YouTube, I should say. Atlanta ATIS 12555. Let's listen to that.
Runway 8 left approach. ILS precision runway 9 line approach. ILS precision runway 9 10 approach. Simultaneous departures. Departing runway 8 right, 9 left. Runway 9 left departures. Expect intersection departure from taxiway M2. Ground control assigned runway with taxi instructions. Expect RNAV off the ground runway 8
Alright,
right.
so 9 left,
9
RNAV.
No assist to airmen. Continuous descent arrivals.
Yeah, Southwest is nice. I love Southwest.
Expected runway. Dirty arrivals.
It is my preferred carrier.
Cold
Southwest
arrivals.
is.
Expect 9 right.
But sometimes I do fly in
Bird
Germany though,
activity
depending
in
where I'm going.
vicinity of airport. Land and post-turn operations in effect. Attention all aircraft. Has weather information for Atlanta area.
That's a long ATIS here. Centers 13297.
Flight service stations. Operate transponder with low C on the ramps. Taxiways and
3297.
runways. Include your call sign in the reflex. Upon receipt of your ATC,
Man, this is a long ATIS. Just want to get the
advise on initial contact. You'll have
information Lima. And what is the QNH on this?
Airport 8 is information Lima. 00520. Wind 170 at 9. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 1,500. Few clouds at 10,000. 25,000 standard. Temperature
Few clouds
24.
basically.
2.20.
Altimeter
2984.
2984. Alright, that's all I needed. Oh man, that was a long ATIS, took about a minute. Let me get center on here, get a clearance going, and then we'll talk some more. Hey, good evening, Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806, requesting IFR clearance to Memphis. You know what? I don't think I filed that. Oops. Roger that, we'll refile Southwest 2806. I didn't file it. Let me go ahead and file it real quick. There we go. Alright, flight plan has been filed. We are good to go. This old girl still seems familiar with this airplane. It is nice. Alright, APU is available. Let's fire that up. And we can turn on the APU bleed and the pack. One pack can come on. You can hear it there. Let's open that up. And we'll listen. And Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806 did refile, requesting IFR clearance to Memphis.
Southwest 2806.
Sure. Let me just double check one more time. Thank you. What's going on? I did file it. We're going to try it one more time. Southwest 2806.
Yeah, I'm trying to Delta 57 heavy. You get the last radio call.
File. That's in.
How was that? I was Delta 57 heavy. 57 heavy?
There we go. Flight plan has been filed. Alright, so I filed it again. I'll follow. Maybe it'll take a while to drop into the system. In the meantime, let's just go ahead and set up this route here while he is receiving my filing. And based on what I'm filed, I should be taking
Alright, as filed, climb you to set maintain 10,000 and block 2006. Go ahead and heavy.
Alright, go to the waypoint CHOOK. Chook. And only 2 waypoints on this one, Wazer, WASCR. It's a short flight. Alright, let's call him again. Activate that route. And the departure, I think we're going to do 9 left. And NASA 2. If we have to edit this, we'll just edit it. So NASA 2 to Chook and 9 left. Activate that. And Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806, did refile again. See if you get the flight plan for me, please.
I don't think it's 8506.
You are correct. My mistake. I had a Southwest 2806.
2806, okay. And what's the destination?
Heading to Memphis, sir. Yeah, I filed it. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, not any Southwest 2806 on the ground here. I've only Thank you, St. Lesson, number 1928, John Houston, and a Delta 312 on a Memphis.
He's not seeing me on the ground. Alright, we'll double check. Squat box will restart it again one more time and see if that makes a difference. Thank you. Alright, let's do this. Disconnect from squat box. There we go. We are sitting at line out. Confirm. Squat box want to connect. Ah, I see what happened. I still had Europlane flight that I did the last time, and I connected wrong, so it was my mistake. I guess I was just too excited to come and jump on stream here. Hey, thanks, Aaron. You're my best YouTube streamer. I try, man. I try. Thanks for being a part of this experience with me here. Alright, so we're reconnecting, and I'll see what happened. Right now, the flight plan is saying we should be landing in Memphis on 36 center. So we'll just set up 36 center with the 1Z2. 1Z2, wow. From Wazer, 36 center. Alright, execute that. Alright, and let's recycle this transponder, make sure we are connected to center, and we'll do it again. Here we go. Alright. All too eager. And Atlanta Center Southwest 2806, corrected a mistake, requesting IFR clearance to Memphis. Alright, so he looks like he got my flight plan, which is good.
That's 100, that's the inside.
And another one is like
Okay, 1 uniform Sierra clear to the Lexington Airport via the Echo Lima Whiskey.
Alright, IRS is coming up. Let's see how many minutes we have left. 1 minute, that's good. We can also look at weight and fuel. Let me do this. I want to go to pre-flight and close that. Okay. And ground services. I wanted it in pounds. I have it in tons now. What was the setting for that again in this airplane? Let me see. Should be in preferences, weights, and kilo. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Alright. And let me close up these windows here. Make it a little bit nicer and quiet in the cockpit. That is good. And
Commutation parking and cross.
Go down to plan mode also in the meantime, so we can scroll through our plan and see exactly what it is we're going to be doing. And go to the legs page here. And it looks like we're taking off 9 left, I said, and we're going to be turning right, heading south, and head back west to Memphis, and get vectors to 36 center. Ah, simple enough flight plan. That looks good. Alright, so we're good to go. We could go back to center mode here, and then this we can bring over to plan mode, extend the range on it.
I'll set it over 426 Bravo.
Alright, so our flight plan is in. We're still waiting for clearance. We haven't gotten that yet, but in the meantime, let's look at sim brief and see how much fuel we're going to need for this flight. It's saying we only need 14,118 pounds. Let's call it the ground services. So it's going to be 14.8 basically. Not 14.2. Let's make it 14.2. Really light, short flight. That's good. And then our zero fuel weight on this flight is going to be 97.7. Reduce a little bit further, which will allow us to get to our cruise altitude of 36,000 feet. Alright, that's good. So fuel is in, weight's in. We're going to flight level 360. Let's do that. Looks like Atlanta Center is busy tonight. It's got a lot of people dealing with. There we go, 360. Alright. This aircraft is almost finished setting up. RTO can come on. Yeah, center is busy. flight plan yet. Alright, RTO can come on and go to the overhead bin. We'll turn on the fuel pumps. I'm going to do it shortly. And everything is looking good so far. Cabin temperature, where are we? Not bad. Bring it back a little bit there. Perfect.
On a Thunder Delta 57 Heavy, taxi.
I think we're almost finished setting up. And we can get out of here shortly. As soon as we get clearance to do so. And we just have to put in our zero fuel weight.
We're currently kind of in the middle, so
look at the performance, and then we're good to go. 97.7 zero fuel weight.
Only 9 left. Taxi, yeah.
Okay. And the reserves on this flight is going to call for 2.5. And then the cruise altitude is flight is a 360. Transition is 18,000 feet. And what's the cruise wind? The wind on this flight is going to be 188,017. So we're going to have a 17 knot headwind, which is nothing. So we'll make some good ground speed there. Alright, good to go. Execute that. N1 limit, using the outside temperature, let's use it at 25. And that climb rate is good, so we'll use that. We'll jump on our takeoff here, use flap 5 for the takeoff. And trim is 3.4. We have V1, 129, 131, 140. 29, 31, and 140. So climb out speed is going to be 155. Add 15 knots to my VR. 155, that's good. And let's just set up the pins here too. 129, 30, 140. That's 29, 31 is about there. And 40. Rotate, and then the flap up speed is make it 210 knots, 200 knots for flap up. Yeah. And Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806. Not sure if I missed your radio call there for clearance.
Okay, yeah.
Ready to copy, Southwest 2806.
2806, Memphis Airport.
Clear to Memphis, NAS to departure as filed. Climb maintain 2000. Departures with you, squawk 2046, Southwest 2806. 10,000, Southwest 2806, departures with you. Alright, so we're going to squawk 10,000 inch altitude, squawk 2046. So let's put in that 10,000 here. Real quick.
And Atlanta Center, November 1 Uniform Sierra, Albert County, 1,200 for 10,000,
It's kind of hard to manipulate this aircraft sometime. And squawk code is 2046. Awesome. And we are on auto.
It's a rare board now.
Terrain is on, that's good. Alright, so clearance is simple. It's, as we filed it, we're going to get it, and we are ready to get out of here, really. And let's do map mode. Good to go. Alright. Any objections, anyone?
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome aboard from a flight deck. This is your captain speaking. I want to thank all of you for joining us today. We just getting the last of the luggage stowed on board, and we should be departing on time in just a few minutes. I will be speaking to you again later on, so thanks again and enjoy the flight.
And let's just see where we are on the ground and where we're going to need to push back to on this plan. And we can also look at our charts and stuff and see where we are. Alright, so we are in Atlanta. And we're going to be taking off 9 left. Alright, and 9 left is up here, I think, yeah. we're going to be pushing nose right. Yeah, that's where we should be pushing, is nose right. So we can call for the pushback truck to come and get out of here. That was quick. I like that.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Cirrus Tower 5339, I'd like to file a PIRET for moderate to heavy turbulence up here at 6,000.
Yeah, nose left, I should say, not nose right. Alright, so we're going to be pushing nose left. Come back right in front of our gate when we're done pushing. And that is coming up. Perfect.
Ground to cockpit.
Negative, we'll be
running up.
dynamite.
And here comes our tow. And
Negative, we are
cabin is
right
ready to
yellow.
go. We can go ahead and turn on the
Negative, we are
fast
right
seatbelt sign.
yellow.
There we go. That is coming up. And here comes the tug for the pushback.
Center November 426 to Bravo, Alpha Granite Caliber, IFR 2.
November 426 Bravo Alpha.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on
Can I
the
repeat
fasten
that?
seatbelt sign. If you haven't
Where's your
already done
departure
so,
room?
please stow your carry-on luggage
We're
underneath
departing
the
from
seat
A1
in
to
front of you or in an
departure.
overhead bin.
Number 1.
Please take your seat and fasten your seat belt.
426 Bravo Alpha.
And also make sure your seat back and folded rays are in their full upright
Okay,
position.
all doors and
If
hatches
you
are
are
closed.
seated next to
Ready
an
to connect.
emergency exit,
Go ahead and connect,
please
sir.
read carefully the special instructions card located by your seat. If you do not
Alright,
wish
the heading is
perform
going to be
functions
095
described
on
in
the
event of
takeoff.
an emergency, please ask a flight attendant to reseat you. And we remind you that this is a
Clear
non-smoking
to
flight.
tune the
Smoking is
rolling 10
prohibited
off
on
for
the
the
entire
parking
aircraft,
procedure as well.
including the lavatories. Tampering with,
Maintain
disabling, or destroying
8,000,
the lavatories, smoke
7,000.
detectors is
And
prohibited
after,
by law.
with you.
If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our
2063
flight
We'll
Three
do.
is
We can turn on electric pumps in the
6
meantime. No overhead. And then let's just turn on the standby power. Anti-collision can come on. And we can
Cabin
squawk.
crew, doors on automatic.
Oh,
Cross-check and
426
report.
Bravo Alpha.
So connected and bypass been inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, we are squawking, release parking brake, and let's get out of here.
Starting pushback. And you may start engine.
Is that the
I
jet bridge with
believe
the lady
what-
on it?
it's,
Not sure. Had one of these jet bridges. We had a gate agent standing looking out. Yep, that's her. It's that beautiful look. Look at that. She
Ladies
is
and
mean
gentlemen,
today.
we request your full attention as the flight attendants demonstrate the
Alright,
safety
we're pushing
features
back
of
in
this
Atlanta.
aircraft.
Look at the
When the
hotel back
seatbelt
here.
sign illuminates,
That is
you
nice.
must fasten your seatbelt.
Alright,
Insert
let's
the
start 'em
metal
up.
fittings one into
Turn
the
off
other,
the
and
pack
tighten by pulling
Well,
on the
one
loose
and
end of
go
the
to
strap.
ground
release your
on
seat
engine
belt, lift the upper
number 2.
portion of the buckle. We suggest
And
that
looks
you
like the
keep your
starter
seat
valve
belt
is open,
fastened
and
throughout
we
the
have
flight,
spin up
as
on
we
the
may
end too.
experience
There we go.
turbulence.
Perfect.
There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. 2 forward, 2 aft, and 2 over
And it
each
is
wing.
starting up.
Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases,
Alright, 20%
your nearest exit
and
may
2.
be
We can
behind
go
you.
ahead and introduce
If we
fuel.
need to evacuate the aircraft,
And that should light it
your
off.
level lighting
There
will
we go.
guide you
OGT
towards
is
the
rising.
exit.
And the N1
Doors
is
can be
going up.
opened by
Perfect.
moving the handle in the direction of the arrow. Each
Perfect.
door
Let's
is
do our
equipped with an
startup.
inflatable slide which may also be detached and used as a life raft. Oxygen and the air pressure are always being monitored. In the event of a decompression, an oxygen mask will
Alright, starter
automatically
cutout
appear in
on
front of
2.
you.
Let's start
To
1.
start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards
And we
you.
have rotation
Place it firmly
on
over
the
your
N2,
nose and
which is
mouth.
good.
Secure the elastic band behind your head and
And we got
breathe
the
normally.
engine spooling up right
Although the
there.
bag does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask on first, and
And
then
we
assist
got
the other person.
20% on
Keep
the
your mask on
N2
until a
rotation.
uniformed
We can
crew
go ahead and
member
get fuel.
advises you to remove it.
There we go.
In the
Perfect.
event of an emergency, please assume the bracing position.
Should be able to
Lean
see
forward with your hands on top of your head
airplane
and your
taking off
elbows
here.
against your
Just got
thighs.
clearance for 9/11,
Ensure
which is
your
what we're
feet are
facing
flat
right
on
now.
the floor. A life vest is
See if we see
located
them
in a
taking off.
pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and
Maybe
remove
not.
the vest.
Or
Slip
maybe he's
it
still
over
rolling.
your head. Pass the straps around your waist and adjust at the front. To inflate the vest, pull
Alright,
firmly on the red
so
cord. Only when leaving
engine
the
2 is
aircraft.
stabilizing.
If you need
Engine
to
1
refill
is
the
stabilized,
vest,
I should say.
blow
Engine
into
2
the
is already good.
mouthpieces. Use the whistle and light to attract attention.
Operation complete.
Also,
Set parking
your
brake.
seat
Alright,
bottom
parking
cushion
brake set.
can be used as a
Good to go.
flotation device. Pull the cushion from the
Disconnecting
seat.
tow.
Slip
Stand
your
by.
arms into the
Standing by,
straps
and we can
hug
bring
the
on
cushion
the
to your chest.
engine gens.
We remind you that this is a
There you go.
non-smoking
Engine gen
flight.
is on.
Tampering
There
with,
she goes.
disabling,
Wow, look at
or
that.
destroying the
Departure.
smoke
That's a
detectors
Delta.
installed in the lavatories is
That's a
prohibited.
Delta heavy.
You will find this and all the other
Nice.
safety information in the card located in the seat pocket in front of you.
I just love
We
being
strongly
around airports,
suggest you
man.
read it before takeoff.
Even in the sim.
If you have any
That is
questions,
beautiful.
please don't hesitate to ask.
There she
number
goes.
210,
Alright,
uniform
let's pay attention to
We
what we're
wish you
doing
all
here.
an enjoyable
Parking
flight.
brake is set. We turn on the gens. We can turn on the yaw damper. Turn on the pitot heat. Very important. This airplane, we've set the altitude 360. We've got to put it over to flight mode. There we go. Flight. Do start to continuous. And we can turn off the APU.
Disconnected. FI test bin has been removed. Hand signal on the
that.
right.
Did we set to 9084 on the barrel? No, we didn't. Let's adjust this to 9084. There you go. Barrel set. And as the tug drives away. Yeah, there goes the tug.
Delta 312 is attack 63091.
And there's a pin. Check. Thank you very much, sir. We can come here and go to flat 5. And we should have those flaps coming out. Perfect.
220, Delta 57.
Alright. Awesome. Alright, so we can do flight directors on. We can do a recall check, and recall is good. There's nothing on any side at all to alarm us. Trim was 3.4. Yeah, trim's good. Overhead looks good. Everything is in position. We can turn on the taxi lights, request taxi, and get out of here. And turn on the galley power. Get him some light back there in the galley. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Alright, let's go. Heavy means, Aaron, when you say it's a heavy, it's a double aisle airplane. So a single aisle would be a Airbus A320, a double aisle would be Airbus A330. So, or a 777 or a 767. So it's a bigger airplane. And they do create way more turbulence than a normal size airplane. So they designate them heavy so people can know it's a big plane, like a 747 and A380. That's what a heavy is. And Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806. Actually, we got tower on 119.1. Let's go to tower. Just realized we have tower on. We'll switch over to tower, Southwest 2806.
Yeah, we just popped up. No problem. And the aircraft coming down Atlanta Airport, the only tower is now 1
Okay, here we go. And good evening, Atlanta Tower, Southwest 2806, ready for taxi with information leaving.
Southwest 2806, Atlanta Tower. Runway 8 right. Taxi by Echo Hotel, approximately Charlie Street on the north side line.
8 right via Echo Hotel. And say again, please.
Yes, sir. Echo Hotel on the north side of the ramp, southwest 2086.
Okay, Echo Hotel for the north side of the ramp, and that's going to be for 8 right, Southwest 2806. Thank you. Okay, they switched runways on me. We're not going to do 9 left. He's saying I'm on the north side of the ramp, so we're going to spin around and go to 8 right and turn around. Okay, not a problem. Let's do that. We're going to have to spin a U here and go around that way. Okay.
So 312,
let's do it.
Walk 2017 runway 8 right off the north side of the ramp, taxi by Echo Hotel.
Right, Park 2017 and we'll expect 8 right, taxi at Echo Hotel.
And you know what, before I do that, let's do this. Let me just calibrate my joystick here. I want to make sure that it has good control on the ground. Make sure left, right, up, down, here, gear. Yeah, it's very important with this aircraft for the ground handling to be fine. Good to go. Alright, let's spin it around. There we go, that's better. That's taxiing way better. We are spinning it around here. Alright, we got nothing in front of us, nothing coming. Make our passengers sick, but hey, it is what it is. This old bird still has good sounds to it, man. I like that.
16, clear to Minneapolis Airport is filed.
Now, I'm not going to correct the takeoff runway in the FMC. I'll just manually fly it and pick up back the whatchamacallit, how should I say it? The flight path, or the nav path. Because this FMC is not as rock solid as I would want it to be, like the Zebo is rock solid. So I'll just leave it well enough alone and be good with what we got. So we'll work with that. After all, this airplane is good for manual flying, so manual flight, so that's what we're going to be working with here. Alright, by Southwest Terminal in Atlanta. Look at these guys driving the baggage carts over. So he said Echo Hotel, so we're going to be making a left turn on Hotel and going to 8 right. Okay, not bad. There's the beauty. Yeah, this IXEG is still sexy, man. Look at that.
The 312.
That Southwest sliver is just beautiful.
Echo on the 312. Just hold for a bit.
Holding short of Echo Southwest 2806. Oh, that was for the Delta. Nah, that was for me. Alright.
That's supposed to be for 312.
Roger that.
Continue your taxi.
And continue taxi, Southwest 2806. Alright, cool. We're continuing our taxi here. Oh, there it is. Yeah. There's a Delta right here.
It's no problem now. Just continue your taxi.
Yeah. He was asking that guy to hold short, and I thought it was me, but it's fine. So we're making a left on Hotel now. We got the Delta MD-80. It's going to be in front of us, so we're behind him. Nice. I love when there's traffic online. Yeah, whenever there's traffic on Batson, it's always good. Just like a real airport. Alright. Perfect, perfect.
No, 312, running a personal runway, right there for takeoff.
You know what? I think I do have to update this FMC here. Reason being, the RNAV is going to be a little bit different. Departure.
RNAV personal, for takeoff.
8 right. Execute that. Legs. Hopefully I have no discontinuities. And it looks like it held up fine so far. So RNAV is Marshall or Clegg. Okay. Yeah, Herschel and Clegg. So we're going to be taking off and making a left turn heading north instead of heading south and coming back around. So yes, it did make a difference with the SID that we got when we changed to. And there goes the Delta. Let's pay attention. And I think we are at the end of the taxiway here. Yes, we are. We're going to make a right here and hold short and watch the sky. And there he goes. Alright, let's pay attention to the taxi. Nose wheel steering is still sensitive here for some reason, not sure why, but hey, it's all good.
Southwest 2806 from 8 right, line up.
8 right, line up and wait, Southwest 2806. Alright, so we can sit him down, strobe on, we can turn on the auto throttle, and on this airplane we can bring on all the lights. We can't turn on...
Please prepare for takeoff.
Yeah, we can't turn on the LNAV and VNAV on the Classic. We just have to take off and then we catch it in the air, I think about 400 feet or something like that, I don't know. But it's good. Try to hand fly it as much as possible. We got up to 10,000 feet on this takeoff, so we have some room to work with and play. And we're lining up right here. Where'd that Delta go? He's... where do we see him? Maybe on my radar screen? Yep. Alright, hold it right here. And wait for our clearance to get out of here. Now I've adjusted up my view of the dashboard. Usually I'd be a little bit like this, looking at the instruments, but I realized when I'm sitting in a real cockpit that it's more looking over the glare shield and actually down. You have to look down to look at the instruments. And that's one thing that surprised me when I was in the cockpit of that A320 Monday. Yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. When you sit in the cockpit and you are looking, you're looking out over. You have a visual.
Arnav Herschel, runway right here to takeoff.
Arnav Herschel, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff, Southwest 2806. Alright, we got auto brake set, RTO, we are ready to go. Oh. Did we arm the speed brakes? Yep, I'm sorry. There we go. Let's do it again. There we go, perfect. 40% N1. There she goes. You can hear that rumble. Oh, she sounds good. Airspeed's alive. Knots.
And Southwest 15 is ready to taxi runway 8.
V1. I bring the nose up.
Now, West 15 runway 8 right, back.
Keep it going. And positive rate. Gear can come up. And keep it centered. Awesome. Watch the speed. Set the trim. And here she goes. Over to center, 132.97, good day, Southwest 2806. Ah, she's beautiful and nice to fly. Let's go over to center. And Atlanta Center, Southwest 2806, NASA 2, climbing 2,500 for 10,000. She's just shaking, look at that. Flight level 360, Southwest 2806. Alright, making that left turn. Follow the SID as we look at Atlanta here. Look at that. Nice. Right. Climb power is good. She stage trimmed. Almost like she's struggling to climb, but that's how she climbs. And we can turn on the LNAV and VNAV for guidance now. We're still hand flying it.
Down to 3,200.
Nose it over just a little bit so we can pick up a little bit more speed in this climb. And it is bumpy out. Yes, it is. Alright, go to flap 1, flap up.
Runway 900 GPS.
Here we go. And what the flaps come in. Good. Nice. Look at the lights here.
We'll advise
These
you
lights
when
are
ready
going to
to
come
do
in
it. We'll
once I
probably execute that up
raise it above
for
10,000.
5 pushing up
Alright,
on the mic.
make that other left turn.
Okay.
Get the nose down, get some speed. Take it up to 250 knots. Set the trim on that thing. I just love the way this airplane flies and works. Wow. It's like an old rust bucket. It's just shaking all over the place. It's nice though. I love that effect. Slide this up here. Alright, 250 knot. We can set the nose up. Maintain 250 knots, 7,000 feet. She's climbing. Yes, she is. And she is stable. Climb rate's good. Speed's good.
Clear for the RNAV approach on 13.
And we gotta make one more left turn and come around the airport. There. Here's the field right here. I'm gonna make one more left. And then I'll hand it over to the, alright. We can just give it to the Command A. Pilot. Aircraft is already trimmed. And we're gonna need to adjust our altitude here. We got cleared up to flight level 360, so let's go ahead and do that. Ah, 360. There, we're above 10,000, so let's bring up all the lights as the aircraft makes the turn. And the runway turn-off lights can come off, tax light can come off, we can go to continuous, and we can turn off the outboard lights. And these lights are going to come in here. I got to click it one more time. Let's do that. Yeah, sorry. This and this. Look at that. It's fold up right there. Ah, nice. I love this airplane. Hey, Richard Royal, what's up, man? This is the X-Enviro 1.09 that I'm using right now. And yes, I gave it a shot again. So it has its many drawbacks. I guess we're going over downtown Atlanta here. Nice. Yeah, X-Enviro 1.09 has many drawbacks to it, but I like the wind, the way it is with the wind.
With the Goldie transmission.
The wind shifting and everything works good in it, so I'm going to stick with it for now. Despite my feelings about everything else that it produces or gives the sim, so. Yeah, this is X-Enviro 1.09. It is nice when we're outside though. Alright, let's extend the range on this thing. Kick it up to 40 miles. We can bring on the weather radar, but we're not going to need it. Turn that on. Turn this on for weather. Cool. And our climb out is just beautiful. Ah, beautiful sky color too. Man, that is nice. You're right. That sky color is nice. Alright, 3,000 feet a minute climb rate. That's good. Wait a minute. We are not speeding up fast enough. Let's do a level change on this. And our climb speed should be 288. So it's going to nose over and speed up. Good thing I caught that. Alright, there we go. That's better. Yeah, you got to watch this airplane. It will bite you in the butt. Because I was losing speed there for a second. With that aggressive climber that I had. So it's going to level off a little bit, speed up to 288 climb speed. And do we have a discontinuity here? Yes, we do. Take that, punch that here, execute, good to go. All right, perfect. All right, so we are speeding up. We leveled off just a little bit. And this airplane sounds really good in the air. It really does. Alright, climb is good. Lights are off. Everything is set. We can ding the cabin. Let them know it's time for them to get up. And just make sure that cabin is climbing and pressurizing. Yes, it is. Cabin altitude is at 4,000 feet, which is good. And we didn't put the packs to order, so let's put the packs to order. We're going to need to do that, yes. Good thing I checked. There's one thing we forgot to do. Our passengers would have suffered from hypoxia. Alright, so we're at speeds. Climb rate has gone up 2,000 feet a minute and up. So we are good. And we're off to Memphis. Yeah, this is all ZL-15 order out here. Ortho scenery out here. Nice. That is beautiful. Gorgeous. Let's just check out the scene for a little bit. Alright, so, I'm not sure if you guys saw on, I put it on Facebook and also put a video on YouTube of my takeoff and landing. Landed in Fort Lauderdale and takeoff in LaGuardia. And I happen to have, I've had one of the coolest things ever happened to me, honestly. And for me, it was beautiful. It was beautiful, and that is me being able to go into the cockpit of the Airbus A320 for JetBlue. It was the most beautiful thing, and the way it happened was really simple, you know. It was really, really, really simple the way it happened. It is bumpy. Very bumpy. Hold on a second here.
From flight deck,
requested 539 Mike.
So I'm going to switch on the seatbelt sign. Everyone should return to their seats and fasten their seatbelts at this time. Thank you.
Nice. Hey Richard, you said you got the Thrustmaster pedal arrived today. I am practicing on my Piper Seminole before trying the airliners. A big change from yours with the joystick twist. Yes. Separate pedals are a must almost, man. Especially if you want to practice proper flying. The twist grip just doesn't cut it.
Gemini 46 on the ground.
We are bumpy. We are bumpy coming out of here. Anyway, yeah, so here I am. I'm boarding the airplane in LaGuardia to come back to Florida. And the boarding is going slow. And as usual, being the airplane geek that I am checking out the flight deck. I got to the boarding door. I got stuck at the boarding door waiting for people to put their bags up and things like that. And I'm looking at the flight deck. And, you know.
Thanks for the service.
It's cool. I'm checking it out, which I always do on every airplane. But I've been, you know, I was checking out in a little bit more detail, just looking at it, than I normally would, because I'm now flying the Flight Factor A320, and with the Flight Factor, you know, it is a detailed airplane, so to speak, very detailed. And I'm standing there, and the flight attendant was very nice, and she looked at me. She goes, "Hey, you like the airplane?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Do you want to go up front?" And I'm like, "Up front?" I'm like, "Sure, what do you mean?" She goes, "Hey, want to go on the flight deck?" So she went to the flight deck. She talked to the captain, and she's like, "Hey, we got a guy here who's interested in the flight deck." And the captain was like, "Hey, you want to come up front?" He literally got out of his seat and stepped out the flight deck and allowed me to come and sit in there. And I'm going to show you guys a picture here real quick of it. I'm pulling it up right now. I couldn't believe that the captain actually did that. He stepped into the galley up front, and goes, "Here, you can come in the cockpit." No big deal with me. And so I climbed over the center console, literally, and it was so easy to get into the Airbus. I mean, I put my left foot over, put my right foot over, and the rest is history. There I am sitting in an Airbus. So I'm saying to myself, okay, what do I look at first? I've flown this thing in the sim so many times. What do I look at first? Do I look at, I don't know, my brain is going 1,000 miles a minute at this point. But I just started sitting there, taking in the whole layout of it, the feel of it, and there's a picture right there of me sitting in the flight deck in an Airbus. It was so easy to get in and out of that thing. It's not even funny. You know, and I sat there for, it felt like for ages, but I know it was a very short time because the boarding was going on and I had to go to the middle of the plane where my seat was. And I just tried to soak up everything. The first officer was still sitting over there to my right, and he asked me a couple of things, and I started saying stuff about the MCDU and the ADRSs, and he goes, oh, okay, so you know a little bit about this. I'm like, well, I do play with a computer at home, my flight simulator. And he was really, really, really cool about it. We talked for a little bit. I looked in the overhead at the knobs and the switches and things like that. And everything fell into place. You know, everything fell into place as far as how it's laid out in the sim compared to the real airplane. You know, I couldn't have had it any better. I mean, it became familiar to me immediately. It was immediately familiar to me. The way it was. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see. All the switches are in the right spots. Everything that I've looked at, everything that they made me touch. And they were like, "Hey, go ahead and let me see. Let's select another picture here." They're like, "Hey, go ahead and put your hand on the switch." So the last photograph, this one, I had my hand on the yoke. And I had my hand on the throttle. Not even the yoke, the joystick, I should say. The side stick. I had my hand on the side stick. It felt natural, it felt comfortable. Yes, I didn't touch any buttons or anything like that. The whatchamacallit, the throttle quadrant felt good in the hand. It was small, but it's just, it amazed me. It made my weekend. It definitely did. It ended a really good trip for me. Then I'm looking at the panels going, okay. I look up here and I see that the lateral and the vertical is already set. So it's in manage mode. It's set 5,000 feet for the departure. I could tell that already by looking at it. And then, what else? The MCDU didn't pick up on the picture, but it was already programmed with the flight plan in there. I saw that. This looks just like the Flight Factory. You know, it doesn't have any A-cars things here. It was an older Airbus. That I noticed. It was older. The paneling was all worn on it. This is me, Shy W. Not sure if you just joined me, but I did get to sit up front in the Airbus and look around a little bit. It did have, if you can see to my left here, it did have the EFB. Had an EFB on it, which was good. It had a video monitor here, I guess, to look into the cabin. You could see that. But it was really nice just sitting up here and observing what, you know, all this stuff. This is that the airplane had that were familiar to me. I couldn't point out anything that did look out of place, but that was my experience. And so, sitting in the seat and looking over, you're way above the instrument. You actually have to look down on the instrument itself. You're looking always over the glare shield out. So you actually have to be glancing down and up if you're flying by instruments, I realize. So it's pretty cool. So that's my pick. That's my story. And I just thought I would share it with you guys because I immensely enjoyed my trip with this airplane. Not with the airplane, but my trip to New York. I immensely enjoyed it. It was worth every penny just being able to sit up front in the cockpit of the service. So yeah, that's it. That's the story. Yeah, I do need a hat, right, Richard? I know I do need a hat, but maybe next time. So next time I fly, I'll see if I can get into flight deck of a 737-800 or 900 or maybe a Max. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky again with this one. But I absolutely did not ask to go in the flight deck. The flight attendant was like, "Hey, you want to go up front?" I was like, "Sure." I'll go front.
Around the cabin to offer you hot or cold drinks, as well as a light.
So I'll cherish that memory and that picture for a long time until I can get to do it again. Hopefully.
Relax and enjoy the flight.
Hopefully. Let's see. 35,000 feet, coming up on 36. Go ahead and turn off the fast seatbelt sign.
Frequency change approved.
Awesome. Cabin altitude is good. 7,000 feet. Pressure is good.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign, and you may now move around the cabin. However, we always recommend to keep your seatbelt fastened while you're seated.
Over to Memphis Center, 133.65, Southwest 2806. Alright, let's go to Memphis Center. Perfect timing, 133.65. And of course, you guys noticed on the picture, I had the biggest grin on my face because I couldn't believe it was happening to me. Richard, I'm going to Photoshop a striped pair of epaulets, definitely. I'm going to do that, man. Yeah. And good evening, Memphis Center, Southwest 2806, flight level 360.
Southwest 2806, Memphis Center, rider.
Awesome. All right, so we are on Memphis Center. That is good. We shouldn't have much longer in cruise. Let's do it over here. We have about 93 miles from the top of the descent, so we should be descending shortly.
58,
Let's pull up a couple of things here.
090, maintain 4,000.
We gotta actually get to ATIS from Memphis and other things like that. And init ref, we're gonna be landing at flap 3134. ILS is 110.5 for center runway. 10.5 and course is 000. So 110.5. There we go. Get that in there. And the course is all zeros on this thing. So we should be getting descent instructions soon.
Yeah, it's going to maintain 2,000.
Good. Alright. So we're going to be landing straight north. Alright, so Aaron, you want me to fly the BA British Airways A320 next time? Yep. I'll see if I can get a livery and fly it, man. Do it on the next stream.
Delta 74 meter.
That's what I'll be doing. But yeah, your seating position in the Airbus, and I think it's probably the same thing for the Boeing, is actually like this. You're up here looking over, and you have to actually look down at the instruments and back up. You know, we're so used to looking this way so we can see the instrument panel, but it's more like this. You know, you're looking over.
United 5843 is 8 miles from the outer marker, turning left heading 030.
And one thing I've always noticed is that the primary flight display and the navigational display is way bigger in real life than it looks in the sim. Let me turn on the ATC here a little bit. Yeah. Primary flight display and the navigation display is always bigger in real life. Even though I know the proportions are correct for the sim, it looks way bigger in real life, both of them. And that's both on the Airbus and the Boeing, so hey.
American 190 descend at pilot discretion, maintain flight
Yeah,
level
Richard,
240.
I do hope the VNAV doesn't play up on me. If not, I'll just do a manual descent on this thing. Shouldn't be that bad. Actually, you know what? We should have activated the VNAV and sped up a little bit more there to Mach 0.75.
American 190, roger. Maintain flight level 240 for now.
Okay,
alright, top of descent is in about 80 miles. That's good. And let me just bring up the charts here for Memphis. And based on my flight plan, we're going to be landing with the Vanzi.
United 5843, contact Memphis 119.7.
Star Vanzi 2. And approaches the center runway. That's 36 center. All right, good to go. Alright, so here is our charts for landing. Let's see what we're going to be getting.
Delta 312, descend at pilot description, maintain flight level 240.
This is the Vanzi 2 arrival. Basically, we're going to be coming from Wacer. We erase, cram, Vanzi. I think we're going to go to face up and get vectored from here, make a right turn, and land over here. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So remember those waypoints. Wacer, cram, Vanzi, and face up is 230, 10,000. Okay, and we're going to make a right turn for center. And then for the airport itself, this is 36 center, so it's the center runway right beside the terminal, and it's a long runway. It's an 11,000 foot runway, so we got a lot of room to play with. We should ace this landing. Joel PR, the air traffic control is VATSIM, so it is live with me online. So this is a live ATC. This is real people talking to us here, so it's pretty good. Why is my VATSIM voice clear? Not sure, Shy. It just depends on who the controller is and if they're using a decent mic and connection or not. But yeah, this guy seems to be very clear, so that's nice. Okay, let's get rid of that. And last thing we need to look at for 36 center is the Alice. Make sure that is correct. We're landing at 0 degrees, and it's 110.5, which I said before, and we intercept somewhere around 2,000 or 3,000 feet. The minimum on this is 541 feet, so we can put that in. All right. So get rid of that. Okay, good. So 541 for, we need to go to 299 2. Yes, we do. And just for minimums, let's reset this here. And our landing speed we said is going to be in at ref 134 plus 5, 139. That's 140. So that's going to be our VREF speed. 541, we're going to be on the, let's do that. Precision height is 541, we're going to set that. Come on.
Memphis Center, FedEx 785.
Okay, good.
Where are you going to get that 330?
And then the land altitude.
On the 785, roger. Climb and maintain flight level 330.
Yeah, Shy, what's your internet connection speed like? I think it has to do with your internet connection speed.
190
determines how good the quality is.
Re-arrival landing north transition. Altimeter 29068.
Okay, this is the Hopper 3 arrival.
Alright, the touchdown zone is 341 feet. Let's set this to 341.
Delta 57, expect the ILS 36 right.
1, 2, 3. We could do like 350. Alright, 350. Good to go. So that's set up. We need to check our checklist here. Yeah, we went with our checklist. Look at that. Yeah, Shy, if you're if you don't have a good internet connection, you're gonna have a problem with ATC. It's gonna sound very choppy. Very, very, very choppy. Alright, let's check our descent briefing.
Delta 344 minutes.
First position is checked. Recall, we can check that. Nothing on a recall. Auto brake, we can set that. It's a long runway, we do auto brake 1 on this. VREF is set. Approach briefing completed. Altimeter set. Actually, you know what? Is there ATIS at Memphis? Yes, there is. 12775.
Delta 312 descend via Vans 1 arrival, landing north. Altimeter 2906.
Let's check that real quick.
36 left and 36 right. Departing runway 36 left and 36 center. ILS and visual approach in use. Report scenery in use on first contact. Operate low C on taxiways and runways. Simultaneous approaches of parallel runways in use. Notices to airmen. Pre-departure clearances available. Advise on contact. Information Gulf.
Information Gulf. What's the altimeter?
Memphis International Airport Data Information Gulf. 01540. West
16, yep, I'll ship and I'll let you know if I need you.
2 clouds at 5,000.
Okay, cool.
6 clouds broken. Temperature 24. 2.21. Altimeter 2968. Landing runways 36 left and 36 right. Departing runways 36 left and 36 center. ILS and visual approaches in use. Report scenery in use on first contact.
Turn this off.
Maintain 5,000.
Ooh, lots of noise. Alright, we got the ATIS. We are landing runway 36 left or right.
2806, descend at pilot discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Descend at pilot discretion, maintain flight level 240, Southwest 2806. Alright, flight level 240. And we got to change our runway here. So, we got to see what the approach clearance is.
Good evening, Memphis.
I'm not going to mess with this FMC. Don't want it to crash on us.
American 808,
we're almost at top of descent, so we could start our descent here. Let us
American 190, expect the ILS 36 left.
In VS mode.
Plan for the pilot 36 approach.
And we're going to start over slow here. 1,500 feet a minute. To flight level 240. Good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, we're just about to begin our descent, and I will be turning on the seatbelt signs shortly. So please return to your seats as soon as you can. Thank you.
Awesome. There goes our descent. Good to go. All right. I'll make VNAV take over once we reach the top of descent marker. You said you're waiting for delivery of your truck IR from China. Always stay close to a month before arriving. That is true. Anything from China takes a good while to arrive, you know, but hey, it is what it is. I think I'm gonna get a track IR myself. I'm using head tracking software, but it works fine, but I think track IR might be a little bit more detailed or better than what I'm using right now, but we'll see. Zulu Agita, welcome aboard, man. How you doing? Hit that like and subscribe button if you guys are just joining me for the first time. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining the stream here. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Alright, where are we in our descent? Alright, we almost catch up to the VNAV path. Let's do this. Sync up the heading on it. And let's check our checklist one more time for the descent. Pressurization check, recall check, autobrake set. Approach briefing completed, altimeter is set. I did say the altimeter is going to be 2968. And we can set the standby one first, so that when we get there, we can switch over the other one and know exactly what it is. 2968, leave that here for now. Good deal. No, Shy, I haven't moved to track IR, just considering it. I was using a track hat, which I actually built myself, and for some reason I think one of the LEDs burnt out, so I have to either order new LEDs for it, or infrared LEDs, or just order a new track hat. Then I was considering maybe I'll get track IR, I don't know. But you're saying it's much more smooth? Yeah, hopefully it is. I don't have it yet, but hopefully when I get it, I'll see how smooth it is. You know. But I'm considering it, definitely, as an alternate to what I have right now. But I haven't used my head tracking software in a while, as you guys can tell. I've just been panning around with the mouse.
237 is 3,600 time and 5,000 miles.
Thanks, 337 Memphis Center, radar contact, turn west, heading 270 on the maintain, flight level 380.
Heading 270, we cleared up flight level 380, instead of 337.
Alright, so the VNAV path has come in, but we are
Delta 312, expect
way below the path, and we're going to catch up sometime here. You can tell we are like 3,000 feet below the actual path that they wanted. Let's see, Cran was below 230, fast up 10,230, that's what I wanted. As long as we make that, fast up 10,230. I don't really trust the VNAV in this plane, as you can tell, so I'll manually do it myself if I have to. Are you kidding me? No way.